I guess those bikini pics and half-naked videos that Angel Reese puts on social media, I guess that's not translating on television into ratings.
Reese's trademark stubbornness and unwillingness to adopt surfaced right from her first game, prompting head coach Nola Henry to bench her. But what exactly led to that decision?
Of a league is an unrivaled success, when the reality is, it's an unrivaled, huge, embarrassing failure.
Reese's debut game took an unexpected turn when head coach Nola Henry benched her after she displayed her trademark stubbornness and unwillingness to adapt. What moments sealed her fate on the bencher?
So Angel Reese was 3 of 7 from the field.
Reese's debut quickly unraveled as her questionable decisions and struggled to keep up with. A fast-paced game led head coach Nola Henry to bench her, but which misstep proved to be the final straw.
Percent mark, 5 turnovers, 14 rebounds, 10 points, and a big fat juicy L. 79-73, her team lost.
Reese's performance took a troubling turn when it appeared she was deliberately undermining her own team, further leading to her benching by head coach Nola Henry. What sparked this unexpected behavior?
What the hell that is. By the way, in case you're wondering, yes, Angel Reese is getting absolutely roasted. Her fans, though, her fans are out in droves. Seriously, they are celebrating this very mid that she actually made last night. They're trying to claim that this proves she's been in the gym. And congratulations, she hit a
highly anticipated return to the Premier Basketball League, with many expecting her to be the next big star. However, she left in disgrace, her reputation shattered. What went wrong in her comeback?
I thought Angel Reese was a mainstream celebrity. I mean, that's what the media keeps telling me, so how come Angel Reese consistently fails to draw?
The disastrous breakdown exposed Reese for what she truly is, an individual full of hype, but lacking substance. How did this revelation affect her standing with the team?
Reese is not the mainstream draw that she thinks she is.
When it comes to microphone drops, no one did it better than head coach Nola Henry. In a shocking move, she benched Angel Reese during the fourth quarter. Yes, you read that right. When her team needed her the most, the league's supposed future star left on the bench. Talk about humiliation.
Rose, BC head coach Nola Henry. I know she's a very smart lady. She knows what she's doing. I think, there are some things she needs to.
Steven's stop line was a punch line in itself. 8 rebounds and 6 points. You've hit rock bottom when someone bench ESU for numbers like that. But let's not put all the blame on Nola. Henry Reese gave her every justification to disconnect in a desperate attempt to make her box score look respectable. Reese managed to scrape together 10 points, but let's be clear, context is everything. Her 14 rebounds and 4 assists were nothing but empty calories, the basketball equivalent of snacking on chips. When your team needs a full balanced meal, Reese simply couldn't deliver the high-level performance needed in high-pressure games.
She's absolutely delivering on that double-double. That's right, points, rebounds, and of course,
while Reese was struggling with the basics, Howard was out there playing chess. Howard's 33 points were a statement in themselves. 50% from deep, creating clutch play after clutch play, showing the world what a true star looks like. Meanwhile, Reese couldn't even nail the fundamentals. She missed layups, played sloppy defense, and let's not forget her embarrassing fall during a block attempt. Whether it was truly a fall or not is up for debate, but let's face it, it wouldn't have mattered. Reese was out of position, out of her depth, and that one play summed up her entire night, a mix of failure and desperation.
Finished with a Rose's team-high 14 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 4 fouls, shot just 3 of 7 from the field, 42%. Got benched for most of the fourth.
And let's not even get started on Reese's defensive performance on that end of the floor. Was as useful as a screen door on a submarine. She couldn't protect a park bench, let alone keep up with someone like Howard, who was blazing past her at every opportunity. Not only did Howard dominate Reese, but he also made her look like a JV player who somehow ended up on a varsity court. Watching Howard triumph must have felt like Reese was staring into a void, an unmistakable reality check she couldn't ignore.
Someone said she's a below average passer. She's a terrible passer, but she's trying. You can see her vision's there. You can see what passes she's trying to make.
Let's face it, Angel Reese isn't prepared for this league. She entered on the back of her college success, thinking she would sweep the floor, but the Premier Basketball League isn't interested in her overhyped antics. Players like Howard dominate in these major leagues. They don't just play, they lead the bench. Reese, warmed in the fourth quarter, could very well become her permanent home if she doesn't step up quickly. Reese isn't just trying to maintain her form. Her debut wasn't a misstep, it was a nosedive.
One of the few, maybe the only one I could tell that looks this way on the court, just like out of place playing a game they've been playing.
Let's face it, Angel Reese entered the league riding high on her college success, expecting to sweep the floor, but reality hit hard. She found herself in the middle of a basketball disaster with head coach Nola Henry's controversial decisions fueling the fire. Critics have blasted Henry for benching Reese, her supposed top player, during the game's most crucial moments. But can we really blame her? According to Reese, the league's so-called future star was as useful as a submarine screen door. Reese is stuck playing outdated basketball, relying on antiquated post moves and physicality like it's still the 90s. It's like giving someone a smartphone and watching them try to use it as a pager. Henry runs a fast-paced, high-energy system that requires agility and quick thinking, something Reese struggled with. Benching her wasn't a mistake, it was a last-ditch effort to salvage the game. Reese, meanwhile, was out of sin and out of her depth, and yes, she got benched in the fourth quarter, pulled right out of the action. Speaking of disaster, BC's off was a complete mess, more than 15 turnovers, making it look like they were playing a chaotic game of hot potato. Henry is partly at fault for offensive schemes that looked hastily thrown together, but let's not forget Reese. For someone hyped as a potential MVP, she looked like she'd never seen a basketball court before. Out of rhythm with her teammates, it was clear she didn't belong on the court. Henry's benching wasn't random, it was a flashing neon sign saying, "You're not cutting it." Reese may be good at stacking rebounds, but when it comes to making a real impact, she's as effective as a chocolate teapot. Meanwhile, Wilson for the Indiana Fever didn't have a perfect game either, but at least she wasn't playing catch-up. Reese, however, spent the night posting on social media bragging about her game, only for it to backfire spectacularly. After the game, Angel Reese posted an emotional message to X, expressing love for her former coach Teresa Weatherspoon, claiming she didn't deserve the situation she found herself in, but let's be clear, professional basketball doesn't care about sentimental posts. Reese was too busy posting love letters while Weatherspoon's vinyl BC crew was circling around Rose BC, taking advantage of her every mistake. It's almost poetic that the coach Reese looked up to Weatherspoon was the one orchestrating her downfall. So what's next for Reese? She got so lost in her feelings that she couldn't focus on the game while Ryan Howard and vinyl BC were busy delivering the harsh truth. Watching Reese struggle, you might think you're seeing a baby giraffe trying to walk uncoordinated and out of place. It's shocking to think someone who looks this unpolished could be a professional athlete. On paper, 10 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists sound impressive, but those numbers don't reflect the real impact she had on the game. At the end of the day, Reese was benched instead of stepping up. That's all anyone will remember about her debut. This was supposed to be her breakout moment, her chance to show the league she was ready to dominate. Instead, it turned into a public humiliation. Rose BC touted her as the centerpiece, but if this is what she's bringing to the table, Coach Henry might want to start looking for a replacement. This isn't just a bad game, it's a wake-up call. While Ryan Howard is solidifying her superstar status, Reese is struggling to stay relevant. The gap between them isn't just wide, it's an abyss. If Reese doesn't rise to the occasion, she might find herself forgotten, fading further into irrelevance. This was more than a loss, it was a humiliating reality check, and Angel Reese is the epitome of what happens when hype meets harsh reality. Let's not forget Caitlin Clark made a brilliant choice by refusing to join this mess. TNT begged her to come and even offered over $1 million for just 2 months of her time. What's next for Reese? She's far from the player people expected, and this should serve as a warning. Hype can only carry you so far before reality knocks you down. If she doesn't figure it out quickly, it won't just be a benching, it will be complete obscurity.